Hello my dear friends, I am Dr. Sahil Thakur, who is going to introduce Professor Artis Bagel, Dean Faculty of NDVSU, who will deliver a lecture on vitamin A and its deficiency disorders in animals and birds. Dear friends, Dr. Bagel has more than 40 years experience in teaching, research and extension. Now, I request Dr. Bagel to give a scientific talk on vitamin A and its deficiency disorders in animals and birds.
Thanks, Dr. Sahil Thakur. Dear students, yesterday we discussed regarding vitamin A and its role in various species of animals. And today we will discuss regarding vitamin A and its deficiency disorders in various animals and birds. First of all, I would like to emphasize that if we recall the function of vitamin A, it is very important to maintain the health of epithelium, we know. So it is very important for vision, for growth, for bone formation, for reproduction, for immunity and antibody production. So it maintains very good health, very good growth, very good bone growth and vision. But due to deficiency of vitamin A, all these functions are derailed. As a result, various deficiency disorders arises in different animals. Now one point I would like to say, vitamin A is also called as anti-infective vitamin. Why it is called as anti-infective vitamin? Because vitamin A prevents any type of infection to occur in the body. Our body systems, mainly through which infection can occur, can get entry, that is respiratory tract, digestive tract, urinary tract, reproductive tract. Their lining is made up of epithelium. Mucous membrane contains epithelium, which is the excellent barrier for any type of organism to enter. They cannot enter. Organisms cannot invade the systems, hence infection cannot occur. And that's why vitamin A is called as anti-infective vitamin. Now when the vitamin A deficiency occurs in the animals, all the usual functions being played by the vitamin A are derailed. So deficiency diseases occurs. Now in most of the species of animals, there are many signs which are common. For example, rough hair coat, reduced feed intake, abnormal bone formation, slow growth, vision problem, the problem of reproduction, and then overall reduced immunity, and animals are prone to various types of infection. This is mostly usually observed in all these species of animals. Now especially in case of cattle and buffalo, when they suffer from vitamin A deficiency. If during the pregnancy period, cow is suffering from vitamin A deficiency, what will happen? The young one born will be having special appearance of the eye, that is called as pink eye appearance. And they will have pneumonia or other diseases. And severe diarrhea may be recorded in those calves, and finally may they die also. However, if the calves, they grow in the young age, in the young calves, the earliest sign of vitamin A deficiency that is observed is abnormal bone growth, because they are the growing animals. So, abnormal bone growth, abnormal musculature growth, retarded growth, that is mostly observed. Because of abnormal growth of the bones, dear friends, the cerebrospinal fluid pressure is increased as a result. The animals, they show incoordination in the movement, there is staggering gait, and convulsions they can occur in these young growing calves. There is abnormal growth of teeth in these calves, and they will have watery eye appearance, nasal discharge, blindness, and deafness. Why? Why? When the bone growth is abnormal, then the foramens, they are also misshapen. And the optic nerve, the auditory nerve, it is gradually pressed as the growth increases, and these nerves undergo degeneration. As a result, finally, the blindness occurs because of degeneration of the optic nerve, and deafness occurs because of degeneration of auditory nerves. Now, in case of rapidly growing cattle, when the cattle they are fed good quality of concentrated mixture for optimum growth, for early puberty, as we know that the concentrated mixture, if it is not supplemented with vitamin A, that is deficient in vitamin A, and if these animals they are given good quantity of concentrated mixture, then they suffer from vitamin A deficiency. And the most common symptom is nyctalopia. Nyctalopia means that is called as night blindness. So night blindness occurs in these animals because the adaptation to the dim light is very poor. And the first noticeable sign in these animals, in young growing animals fed high quantity of concentrate, the generalized edema. They become heavy, their body weight is more, but because of vitamin A deficiency, there is generalized edema and lameness because of the knee and hock joint, painful, swelling, and in the brisket area, lot of swelling occurs. Now, in case of adult cattle having vitamin A deficiency, the most prominent clinical sign is, in case of cattle, please remember, it is copious lacrimation. Copious lacrimation is the very special feature in case of cattle suffering from vitamin A deficiency. And these animals are also unable to adapt in the darkness, and that's why there is night blindness. Now, in case of severe deficiency of vitamin A, there is xerophthalmia in these animals. Xerophthalmia is xerosis of the eye, dryness of the cornea, keratinization of epithelium, and as a result, in these animals, excessive watering. Keratitis, that is inflammation of cornea, softening of the cornea, and cloudiness of the cornea. And many times, there is sloughing of the lens also, corneal lens, and complete blindness. In case of advanced stage of deficiency of vitamin A, mostly there is staggering gait and convulsion in the animals. That is because of high pressure of cerebrospinal fluid. And these cattle, they also suffer from disease conditions, and mostly they are very susceptible to the various types of infections. In high-yielding animals, cattle and buffalo, mastitis is very common. That is due to vitamin A deficiency. And especially the cattle, high-yielding cattle, they have less resistance for the heat tolerance. Easily they develop painting, and there is daily dry matter intake, feed intake that reduces very much. As a result, their productivity reduces. Now, in the cattle, either males and females, the reproductive efficiency is very much reduced. In case of males, the symptoms observed are reduced libido, sex desire is reduced, they suffer from sterility, there is degeneration of seminiferous tubules. As a result, the spermatozoa decreases in the number and their abnormal size and shape increases in the semen. While in case of cow, due to vitamin A deficiency, reproductive disorders noted will be lack of estrus. If they are coming in estrus, then they may conceive or may not conceive. So low conception rate. And there may be abortion, stillbirth, birth of dead or blind calves. And if the calf born are alive, they will be weak, lack of coordination in the movement. And the most important feature is lack of instinct to nurse. They are not interested to suck the mother milk through the udder. It is because of their weakness. And in case of cows who has conceived and has given the birth, they suffer from retained placenta. Now in case of sheep, the vitamin A deficiency in sheep gives much more similar symptoms like cattle, but additional clinical signs what we can observe in case of sheep, especially the lambs are very much affected in case of sheep. The lamb born are very weak. They are malformed or dead. There will be growth retardation in the lambs, and the resistance to various diseases reduces very much. There will be malformation of bones, muscular incoordination, and nervous disorders, nervous symptoms, nervous disease condition. Retention of placenta in case of sheep, and degeneration of reproductive organs in males as well as females. And in case of ram, that is the male, you will get very poor quality of the semen, responsible for sterility. The sheep is mainly reared for the economical purpose, that is for the wool production. The productivity of the wool also reduces very much. The quantity and quality of wool reduces. The total production of wool reduces, and the quality of wool, that is the length of the wool, that is the thickness of the fiber, and the strength of the fiber reduces very much. Now in case of goats, when they suffer from vitamin A deficiency, the first important sign seen is rough hair coat, dull hair coat, that is a peculiar symptom of vitamin A deficiency. They have multiple infections. There is poor bone development. And the classical sign of vitamin A deficiency in goats is night blindness. In many animals, in goats, there can be urinary problem because of formation of urinary calculi. There will be reduced fertility in females and males both. The more clinical signs, in case of females, there will be poor conception rate and impaired fertility, that it may be temporary, or the permanent infertility. So that is the common sign of, important sign of vitamin A deficiency in goats. Then birth of abnormal offsprings. And these goats, after kidding, they may suffer from metritis, and the males, they have reduced quality of semen. Now in case of swine, where they suffer from vitamin A deficiency, the peculiar symptom is, in case of swine, the eye lesions are less common, unlike other species of animals. So principally in case of swine, vitamin A deficiency disorders leads to nervous disorder, and that results into unsteady gait, incoordination in the movement, trembling of legs, and the paralysis. Now during the process of reproduction, in that period, if they are suffering from vitamin A deficiency, then there may be failure of estrus. If conception has occurred, there may be resorption of fetus. Or if the fetus birth takes place, it may be dead or abnormal piglets. And many of the piglets born may be lacking with the eyeballs. That is the abnormality observed in case of pigs. And impaired vision, that is also recorded in swine. In case of poultry, the gross lesion, the gross deficiency symptoms noted are because of vitamin A deficiency, anorexia, very important, lack of appetite. As a result, cessation of growth, emaciation, weakness, then drowsiness in birds, incoordination, ruffled plumage, abnormal bone growth, change in bone that causes compression to the central nervous system and causing lot of damage to the nerves. Then in case of males, there is reduction in the size of testes and circulating testosterone. As a result, their fertility also reduces. In most of the chickens, because of the vitamin A deficiency, white pustule formation can be seen in the mucous membrane of the nasal passage or the mouth, esophagus or pharynx in postmortem. And kidney may be distended with lot of uric acid deposits. So they are peculiar symptoms. Now the clinical sign what we will observe in case of poultry, because of vitamin A deficiency, slow growth, lower resistance to diseases, eye lesions, muscular incoordination, and as the deficiency progresses in the adult chickens, they become emaciated, weak with the ruffled feathers. The water is discharged from the nostrils and eyes, and the eyelids often they stuck together because of the peculiar exudate in the eye. And the condition xerophthalmia may also occur. Then loss of appetite, reduction in growth will be observed in the adult birds. In case of laying birds and the breeding birds, when the vitamin A deficiency is there will be reduced egg production and drastic reduction in their hatchability. And even the embryo's death will be very high. In case of severe deficiency of vitamin A, there will be ataxia and death of the birds if it is not corrected. Now in case of horses, like other symptoms in different animals, night blindness is very common because of vitamin A deficiency, then lacrimation and other disorders because of damage to the epithelial lining, respiratory system disorders, reproductive difficulties, progressive weakness, and the most important point is capricious appetite. Capricious appetite. Their feed intake is totally abnormal and finally may lead to death. In case of dogs, vitamin A deficiency is mostly a problem in case of growing pups. In the growing pups, either because of very low reserve of vitamin A in the liver, or they are not getting vitamin A in the diet, there will be cessation of growth, weight loss, and eye problems. There will be xerophthalmia, night blindness, conjunctivitis, corneal opacity, ulceration, and blindness. The skin lesions observed in dogs will be rough hair coat. Then anorexia is common, leading to growth depression and weakness, muscle weakness. And if the deficiency is prolonged for the longer time, then respiratory infection will be common and may lead to death. The cat, also an important pet animal. Because of vitamin A deficiency, there is lack of growth, loss of weight and poor appetite. And the most early sign in kittens, because of vitamin A deficiency, is night blindness. And in case of kittens, there is irreversible degeneration in the rod cells and cone cells of retina. So if vitamin A deficiency prolongs for the longer time, then degeneration of rod cells and cone cells will lead to blindness. Abnormal bone growth, that is, bones become thickened and constricted. So central nervous system, that is malformed, then it will lead to ataxia, stiff gait, and the hydrocephalus is common in case of newborn kittens, and there is increased pressure due to cerebrospinal fluid. Now in case of males, in the male cat, they become sterile due to testicular hypoplasia because of vitamin A deficiency. In case of females, if there is severe vitamin A deficiency, they will not ovulate. So no question of conception. And if the deficiency is less severe, the queen, the cat, may conceive, and there may be implantation, but there will be resorption. And there may be abortion of fetus at about 50th day of the pregnancy, at the term of pregnancy. Thus, dear students, we have discussed the salient signs, symptoms of various deficiencies in different species of animals. On this basis, you can find out on these symptoms the deficiency in different animals because of vitamin A deficiency. Thank you.